Shalom. We the real Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, America, which is called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible, and to teach you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the Lord's chosen people on this sign, the 12 tribes of Israel. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahuwah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Ba'Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Camp for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
Alright, so I had a lesson prepared, but that was before all this war. See those paratroopers? So I guess there's been a lot going on that we haven't been being told or stuff like that. So, you know, you want to get rumors of war.
Yeah, because a brother put out a video that they were parachuting like the movie Red Dawn.
That's what was happening.
Matthew 24 and 6. And you will begin to hear of wars and rumors of wars. Behold, do not be alarmed, for it is necessary.
That's the ESV. I'll read that part. See that you're not alarmed, for this must take place, but the end is not yet. While the brother gets one of the KGB, it may be going on, but it's not the end. It's not the end, because we still got to wait for a couple of prophecies like the mark of the beast and the actual third world war. Because if it's just Russia and Ukraine, it's not a world war. But someone like the whole NATO and the EU have to get involved and all that good stuff, and then the war in the heavens.
Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
See, a lot of people get excited, and then they think, yeah, we're home. You gotta look up and see those fucking missiles coming down on you, and then you gotta get saved by those chariots. Jeremiah 23 and 1. Woe to the shepherds who destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, declares Yahuwah Shem Yahushai. So those people, you know what, they gotta lead you astray. They gotta get you believing that that's the way it's gonna be. So remember, the scriptures talk about the first woe and the second woe have passed. Next one.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So now we're talking about the end, because that's what we're trying to get to. But before we get to the end, it has to be sealed in their forehead. 144,000. Can you get Revelation 7 and 3? This is Revelation 9 and 4. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahuwah in their foreheads. So that's got to happen too. See, there's a lot of things that got to happen. It's not just going to happen. Right? It takes place. Because look at how long this mandate bullshit took. You got a lot of people bugged out, tripping. A lot of people they were having, especially, I know at my work, people were like, I ain't trying to take it. But then some people took it, and now they feel bad. But I had a conversation with my neighbor. I was like, hell no, fuck that. I ain't gonna do that shit. I'm just gonna figure out something else. So that was the attitude that a lot of brave men took.
Revelation 7 and 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
So now we're going to get into this conversation of. So let's read that again, but now let's stop at a couple of key points. Stop after it says hurt not.
Saying, hurt not the earth.
Hurt not the earth. So what's going to happen to the earth? It's going to get burned up. We got to clean it. Right? So hurt not the earth. And what else?
Neither the sea.
Neither the sea. Now, look that word sea up, and then we'll go to earth. Because the sea sounds like there's a couple of meanings to it, you know. The sea, and then the sea of people. You know, the seas represent people. You know that shit. Well, it's not shit, but you know, you gotta get into it. You gotta understand what you're expecting. You can't be saying stuff like, "Oh, this is being." It is. We are living in it. Go ahead.
So it just says Red Sea or Mediterranean Sea.
Red Sea or Mediterranean Sea. Hey, so it might be talking about the Middle East. That's in the Mediterranean area. The Mediterranean area would be North Africa, Palestine, Israel, and like Georgia, Turkey, and all that stuff. Hard not to see, so let's go get Earth.
Also, among the visions of the apocalypse, a glassy sea
Oh, man, gotta talk about
or
that.
sea of glass is spoken of.
Gotta talk about that.
Let's talk about the chariots.
So we're gonna get into that one.
Let's talk about the windows. I'll say
Hey, this is gonna turn into a good conversation now because we'll get Earth and then we'll go into the glass sea of glass.
the definition for earth. Solid part of the whole globe, ground or land,
So this right here,
the world.
this right here, all this area, this place, this area where we're preaching. Now let's go to the sea of glass. I'm sorry, sealed on their foreheads. Because in Revelation 9:4 it said, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahuwah in their foreheads. So, if you don't have that seal, you know, that seal consists of a lot of things. You know that rubber part on the can of the oil filter? That's a seal. Okay, so what does that do? You tighten that up and it seals. It doesn't allow any air, any dirt, or on the opposite side, it doesn't allow the oil to get out. So it seals. So we're trying to keep things out, and we're trying to keep things in when we get sealed. So we're trying to keep the name of Yahuwah Shem Yahushai. We're trying to keep observe the laws, statutes, and commandments. Passover's coming over. I mean, pretty soon. And look what's going on. The rumors of war. It's going to be cracking. This is going to be a cracking Passover. And see, my lesson was about Gentiles last week. No, not last week. The one I was going to make for this week, but then all this stuff happened. So now we got to talk about this. And those servants that got to get sealed, let's talk about that. The servants that got to get sealed. Somebody look that up on their phone.
Revelation 15:2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his names, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
There's a lot of messages in there that you're not getting. So we're looking up the sealed servants, the servants that got sealed of Yahuwah Shem Yahushai. Read that again. That one, beautiful. That one covers a lot.
And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire.
So the sea of glass was mingled with fire. We had this explained to us before by the apostles, and I'm going to explain it to you again. So we're up in the spaceships and chariots we just got delivered from what? From the fire that's consuming the earth and the sea and the green things caused by those nuclear missiles. So it looks like a what? It looks like a sea of glass mingled with fire. So we're looking through the bottom of the chariot, and the fire is coming up. So we're looking at the fire as we're getting saved, and we're like this close to the fire. So it looks like a sea of glass mingled with fire. But also it's doing some of that crystallization thing, like a wave, like it's not solid. It is solid, but you can see through it. So then that's tripping you out in your mind, and it's not for everybody. See, how come it didn't say everybody? A lot of these Christians like to talk about, God loves everybody. Can you get where you have Revelation 7, 14, 15? Go to Revelation 15. So we're talking about so break that one down, the sea of mingled glass, if it has the or sea of glass. Because we're going to talk about those chariots. So the coming of the Son of Man is going to be in those chariots. So let me see. And it says here in Revelation 9 and 6, in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them, and the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle. So that was World War I. And on their heads were, as it were, crowns like gold, and their faces were like the faces of men. Not the jets, the P-151 and the German Air Force. They all had open cockpits. They were flying around, and they had their golden hair.
They're the ones behind the gun. That sounds about the Scorpion's tail.
So she's going to get more into it. And then verse 9 says, and they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of the wings was as the sound of chariots and many horses running to battle. So you hear one of these cars passing by and they're real loud. That's horsepower. So that's what it sounds like. The chariots had the horses. They had power in those engines, but their wings weren't flapping. and they had a propeller on the engine, and they were just gliding to the sky. So this is what John saw. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and the power was to hurt men 5 months. So those are the bullets coming out.
The ones with the guns in the back.
Yeah, they have shotguns up there. Like they used to get real close.
Got the Red Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a badass dude though. That
He
Red
would
Baron.
get real close to you and then just wow. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. And that's Wilhelm Kaiser the First, Prince Wilhelm Kaiser of World War I. So he was the actual prince of Germany, and this guy was sending those orders and having all kinds of people killed. So that was, and then it will tell you, one woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. So we have World War One. That's because woe means destruction. World War II, but we haven't had the third one. It says 3. So break that down.
Revelation 15:2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast.
So then, now it's John seeing us. So it's actually, we're not looking down, but we will be looking down, but it's actually John. See, he's taken around in his chariot, just like Yahuwah was taken around in Satan's chariot. You know, it happens like that. Can you get a scripture in the first one? Get the first one.
The first one?
I mean, 15, I think it's 15 and 15.
15. No, it's I think I know what you're talking about.
So the sealing is those names that the brother has on his medallion. Yahuwah, Yahuwah, and Yahushua. Go ahead. Do you have it?
You're talking about the first woe, right? It's
Yeah.
Revelation 9 and 12.
Yeah.
One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes after hereafter.
More hereafter, so there's going to be 2. Now, let's see, go to 15, 9 and 15.
Revelation 9:15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
See how long? You see how long those 4 angels were set? And then those 4 angels, I believe it's in Revelation 7. So let's look for those 4 angels from Revelation 7. I believe it's in Revelation 7. Because, going on that one, it says those men had to be sealed.
And them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name.
So his mark, we have to get over that. We have to defeat that. So it hasn't been implemented. Let's get that in
Revelation 7 and 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels, standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
holding back those 4 angels, right? So that has to happen. Because the 9 is telling you that they're ready to go. And they're going to slay the third part, slay the third part of men. What does that mean? It means a whole bunch of folks are going to die. See, and when they die, they're going to go to the spirit world. So that is part of the cleaning. You see, the cleaning action of nuclear devastation, those are the fire, the missiles.
Revelation 7:2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
So see this angel, he's telling the other angels. So that has to happen. So let's go to about the 144, Lamb's companions. I believe that's the chapter's name. So keep going in
Revelation 7?
yeah.
3, saying hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we had the seal of servants of our God in their foreheads.
Yep. So read that one.
Revelation 15:2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast.
So this has to happen first before the fire happens. So that has to happen first before the fire happens. And then
You want me to get the lamb stood on Mount Zion? Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
so that's how you get sealed. That was pretty easy to understand, right? If you were paying attention. So right here, yeah, let's find out who the 144.
Same, keep reading.
Yeah.
2, and I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps.
Okay, see? Because there's always somebody, and we're the harpers. We're the harpers because this is what we're doing. See, one scripture goes with another, and it complements the situation, and you can get an explanation to the whole current event situation. So, keep going.
3, and they sung as they were a new song from before the throne and before the fourth beast and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
There you go. So nobody can learn this song right here. Nobody can learn this song. See, and it doesn't mean that you can't try. You can try, but if you're not predestined to learn it, you're not going to get it.
Because even it says that too, you got to be ordained to be.
You got to be ordained to get this. So, that was my lesson. I'm making it short today. So I'm going to end it with this. Genesis 49:28. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is it that their father spake unto them, and blessed them every one according to his blessings. He blessed them. So there you go. You don't understand that these people have had the name, but they lost it at a certain point, and now they're getting it back. So now they got sealed, and that's why I said, and they sung it as it were a new song.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much done with mine.
Today I wanted to speak upon fearing the Most High. Because we have these times where, things are going down, and you can see what's going on over there in Russia and all that. So it's interesting to speak upon the Most High, because He is living power to be feared, though, And I had like a little testimony. This Sunday, had to take my woman to Hanford though, because she's pregnant right now, and something was going on, and she wasn't feeling well. So that put fear in her, and also in me. But as there's always got to be when you're like in the relationship wise, right? One has to be stronger than the other, and of course naturally it has to be the man. The man has to be stronger than the woman. And so I was all right. So I took her, and eventually things were good though. And it kind of reminded me back a couple years ago too, because they have a son, and every month we had to take him to Valley Children's over there in Bandera. and every month we had to go take him over there because he kept getting sick. And that was the time when this brother told me the names, you know, Yahuwah Bashim Shai. So every time that we would go over there, you know, I go somewhere, you know, and pray, and I started using the name Yahuwah, you know. And that same, you know, day that we took, same night we took my son, we went out. It's like he wasn't staying there though long like that, you know. So it's pretty much check in and check out. So, and that's the thing about it though, because the name is real powerful. And I started using that name, and the Most High, you know, would deliver, you know. And that's the things about it though, that we live in times though where people don't fear the name, you know, and but people don't even know the name. And then there's people that don't worship Yahweh Shai, which is, you know, crazy though to me. So we are living in those times though, you know. So right now it's the time to fear the Most High. And people don't respect the name Jesus, because a couple of days ago, it was me and my woman. We were walking to Hanford Mall, and there was like middle schoolers, like 8 of them in front of us. And we're about to walk into the door. Oh, they're in front of us. And some Edomite came out, you know. Some Edomite came out. He was all like, hey, he told the middle schoolers, hey, I need something to tell you guys. And the kids were like, what? Like, we're like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? And then that Edomite was like, Jesus loves you guys. Accept Jesus, and you will be better. And when I heard that, I was just like, I looked at my woman like, come on, let's get the fuck out of here. Or let's go around. So we went around these kids, right? And then those kids were walking behind us, and they're like, oh no, before, I heard one of the kids say, hey man, like, that's just hella gay, bro. Get the hell out of here with that. So that Edomite that. And one of the middle schooler kids though, man. And that shit made me crack up. And then the kid was like, oh yeah, Jesus is gonna save us from what? The COVID? And they weren't even respected that name.
They don't respect Edomites either.
Yeah, and it was an Edomite with 2 of his friends, so Edomite friends. And he said that though, you know, and the kids were like, man, get the fuck out of here. It was like Ishkarites too. And they're like, man, get the hell out of here with that shit, you know? So they're behind us and shit, man. I could hear them still talking shit about the Edomite, about Jesus and all that. And but see, that's the thing though. Jesus, it's nothing to do with our living power though, which is Yahuwah though. That's the name you gotta fear though, not Jesus, because Jesus is someone that the guy with the long hair and the Northern Kingdom pretty much worships though, you know. That's the one that you don't care about though. But Yahuwah Shema Shai, trust me, that's a living power you most definitely gotta fear though. You know what I mean? Can you get Proverbs 1:7 about Krishna? Because that's the thing about it though, man. People wouldn't even know though. You know, back in time, can you get Genesis 7:22? Because see, back then, man, people don't think. I remember when I was growing up, I would hear, hey, you know, if the world would have ended, the world would have ended up right now. The world hasn't ended though, so this world is gonna continue. You know, they don't think. But I started noticing, man, that people start kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying waking up, but like they're starting noticing things though. So they're moving differently though. You know what I mean? They're like moving differently though. It's like the things that what's going on, and they're just more getting more like scared and things of that though. Can you get that publisher?
Proverbs 1:7, the fear of Yahuwah Shema Shai is the beginning of knowledge,
Yep.
but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Exactly though. It's a simple one, but it's real meaningful. You'll fear the Most High, you'll be smart enough to do the will of Him, you know? So that's the thing about it though, man. You wanna if you wanna get smarter though, come on man, you will fear the Most High though. And that's just the way it is though. Because if you start fearing the Most High, man, start working with you though, man. You start getting wisdom, you start, you know, your faith, you know, booster and things like that. Right now is actually the time to fear the Most High right now, you know? Now, hey, you gotta go harder though. You gotta go harder in the scriptures and serving Yahuwah Shema Shai though. Because can you get Genesis 7:22?
This is Genesis 7:22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died.
Exactly. Hey man, you know, people in those times though, they didn't believe about no big flood that was coming though. And Noah, you know, had the spirit though, but they were looking at him crazy though. They're like, what's up with this guy though? You know? And that's the thing, man, like you see right now people are like living it up, you know, they don't think nothing of it though, man. You see those kids over there, just natural, just not even knowing what's gonna happen though. You see?
Yeah, and the weird thing about it is there might be 3 Edomites and 1 Jake, and the Jake should be leading them.
Yeah, exactly.
I got this. This is Hebrews 11:6, and without faith it is impossible to please him, for whoever would draw near to Yahuwah must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who seek him.
Exactly. You know, if you don't seek, you know what I mean? If you don't seek him, how are you supposed to, get smarter? How are you supposed to do all these things though? You know? How are you supposed to, you're not even seeking them. Those kids don't care in the world what's going on, and we see, now you see more and more cancel out and about now, it should be a sign. I seen biblical defenders that now even these Christians are coming out more now. I see he put it out, the video of, they had like a big tub though, or looking tub thing though, and they were baptizing people in the street, the Christians were, which is, which is crazy. And then I looked at the water, man, that water looks dirty though, but they had people in there baptizing them supposedly. But you see these times now coming out, where, even Christians are coming out, cancel more out about though. So it has to be a sign though, it has to be a sign though. It is a sign, better yet,
If that's not waking you up,
then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
It's like you're asleep and they're flickering your forehead and you're not waking up. Like, well, man, I don't know what to tell you.
that's like that one meme where this lady goes into a shop. He goes, the donut shop, and she goes, "Is there any donuts?" And the guy looks back and he says, "Yeah, there's donuts, you dumb bitch."
Well, this is a donut shop. yeah. Or this other movie, this guy slipped and hurts his back. He's like, "Oh, my back," and then one guy was like, "Oh, your back? It hurts?" Like, shit. I think it was called Dinner with the Schmucks or something like that. Dinner with Schmucks.
Yeah, that's what we were dealing with. We're dealing with schmucks.
Yeah, exactly. Bunch of schmucks though running around, not even knowing what the hell's going on, And I said Genesis 7:22 because in those times they didn't even know that was coming though, And trust me, man, that what's gonna happen is the second death though. Tells you that in Revelation though. That's gonna be the second death though, man.
They didn't have no phones back then or nothing, and they were just living life.
Yeah.
They didn't even know somebody else was that far, like past the horizon.
Yeah. And we live in those times where you can see the chariots though. You can see what's, broadcast over there in Russia and all that. You can see all these things going on, and if you can't put this and this together though, then I don't know what to tell you though. But
They were putting shit together when they were making that vaccine mandate.
Oh yeah.
They were getting, and that's one reason why these Christians are coming out more.
Oh yeah, and I believe too is because they see the word coming out more. Israelite camps coming out more. They see the word coming out more, so they're feeling that pressure. We're putting pressure on you guys,
Yeah, everybody. I don't know. Like, there's got to be like 1,000 people passing by.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we're out here for maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's believable.
Yeah. Because
The 41 is right there.
Yeah. And I was on the 41. There's a bunch of cars. People getting off work right now. I mean, I saw before I came out. I saw you brothers like before the stop though. So you guys were seen, Before I even like stopped right here, I could see you brothers from over there. And I know they all can see though.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And that's why that old man walked by and look at the side.
Oh, there was old man.
Yeah, that guy, that man. With his
that
kid.
yeah. Oh, can you get Hebrews?
There's
10,
that horsepower I was
30,
talking about.
31. Yeah. But 30 and 31. And can you get out Job 18 and 14? Yeah, so that's the thing, maybe he did see it though, maybe that sparked something into him. Hey, we're out right here, and like I said, if you're interested though, I mean, we're welcome though, and things like that. We tell them the truth though, we won't beat around the bush though. We got those hands, we got the blood off our hands though. They didn't know, But hey, you see those here? Okay, they probably come Fridays around this time. Maybe next week I'll catch them and see what's going on.
Said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And again, Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a fearful thing, though. You know, especially, you know, on this tribe right here, though. If you're definitely not doing the will of the Most High, He's gonna judge your ass.
Your ass up.
It's not gonna be a pretty judgment, though, you know. And that's the thing. You would hear of gruesome things what happened to majority, you know, like our people, though. You know, our people are the ones, the majority of them getting shot up, though, man, getting locked up. You know, they're the ones. You know, you hear of an Edomite, probably an Edomite car crash, you know, whatever. I think he put out a pastor, right? Died from, he got T-bone, right?
Yeah.
A couple, was it years ago?
Years ago.
Yeah. A pastor, which he was a Edomite, right?
Yeah.
Got T-bone. But you don't hear the horrendous stories, you know, of you know, our people getting shot up and things like that, man. It's a fucked up thing, but it's true, man. Look at what's going on in Chicago, man, in New York. You know, Chicago, they got they got the real Candyman out there, man. Killing, you know, the killings and all those things like that, man. Some gruesome shit out there.
And nobody gives a fuck about anybody out there.
Oh, no.
They're carrying guns, babies.
Babies are carrying guns.
Carrying guns, that's fucked up. I mean,
Yeah. And then
no
like,
cap.
Yeah. And then like a little kid hurts his knee or some shit, or he blames it on some other, the dad or whoever it is comes out and shoots up whoever supposedly hurt the kid, man. Like, they're emotional like that out there, man.
Yeah, I was at a client's house and one of his sons was acting like a little bitch, and I was like, man, I would have fucked my kid up already.
Yeah.
I would have jacked him up, I would have slapped him. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This kid was complaining, I want to go insane. Like, it's gonna get so bad. Man.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. People don't know, man. Because I did a video earlier, and it said, like, imagine if people knew what was gonna happen, though. They would probably stack up, you know what, let me be a little stack up on my sins right now, and then I'll get better later, you know? Oh, the world's gonna end. What type? You know what? I'm just gonna do a little wickedness right now, and then later, you know, get right. That's just stupid, man.
You'll forgive me. That's what's wrong with this
Yeah.
picture.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, man.